This video will work through making changes to the Baptist Foundation of Illinois site. The first thing we will do is log in, which you will go to your URL /wp-admin, and here you will log in with the credentials you've been given. And this is the back side of your site. This video will work through these side options as they pertain to your particular site. First thing, that if you ever notice anything's going on with your site, it seems to be running slower, you can go to the updates on this side, and there you'll see available plugin updates. So it says they're all up to date. This is because we have a process where we do this for you, but if for some reason you get on here and notice that there needs to be something updated and your site isn't running properly, that's the first place to troubleshoot, and then you can let us know from there. Next, if you have a blog going on, here's your post. So here's where you have this BFI bond support, and if you want to make another blog post, you just go to add new, and then you'll make a title. You can add different tags if you want. Just enter the title here, put your content here, and then what you'll do, this works like any word processor, like Microsoft Word, Google Docs, whatever you're used to using. These make the different headings. You can play around with this to make sure you have what you want. Bold, bulleted list, numbered list, different alignments, just whatever you need to use, that's how you change those things. This is the text side, and you can set a featured image here. So if you want your across the top of your blog to have a photo, you can choose this, and then you can come here, set featured image, and then see if you can crop it. No, it already has it going to the middle, so that's what that would look like, and that would just go across the top of your page. And then if you want to see what this looks like, so I will just make this, and then I'll change what these look like so here we'll put this as like a heading 2. That can be paragraph, or let's do this as a heading 1. This will just be a paragraph. We'll put this as a heading 2. Maybe we'll make it smaller, just so you can see what these look like for your site. Go to preview. So here's heading 1, which will match your title, so you don't really need to use heading 1, just because it kind of overlaps that. There's the paragraph. Here's what the heading 2 looks like. Then you exit out, and I'm not going to save this because there's no need. So I'm leaving this page, but that's how you do it. You just push publish whenever you're ready to publish it. This responsive accordion is where your 5 distinct areas of stewardship are located. So if you need to make any changes to any content on that, here's where it is. The loan program, you can change the text here. And an important thing to ensure you do is if you make any changes, you have to push this update on the side. This goes with every thing. Like on the last post, it said publish, and then every change after that will say update. And that's how you will make updates to that. Here's your media, where you can upload any photos, PDFs, videos, whatever you have going on. So here's this PDF. We'll just use this as an example. And if you wanted to link this somewhere, so later on we'll talk about linking to another page or to a sign-up sheet on a slider, you use this link here, this copy link. You're going to take that and put it onto your page. But that's just where that copy link is. You just, very simple, add new, select files, and then whatever you have going on there, upload it. And it just takes a little bit of time depending on your internet, and that's that. So moving on from media is your forms. Here you have these forms set up, so send us a message. This is just a simple contacting form, name, last name, and how can we help, and message. So all those are just different fields over here. So the name is going to be an advanced field, and you can do name, and it adds it here, and you can change how this looks. You can just have a first name. You can not show the field. You can do hide it, so if you don't want that there. Placeholders for the first, you can have first, and you can have everything hidden. So all you see is that you type into it. Let's get that off of here. These are just checkboxes, which were on the standard fields. And then you just change this, and then you can add, if it will go away, you can add all these different choices, whatever you want the choices to say, title it, however you need that to be. And just to edit this the same way, you just use the drop down. Sometimes it's kind of tricky, just click on it, whatever it wants you to do at the moment. How can we help? You can change the text there, and that's required, so that's why that's selected. All these have the red asterisk, so those are all required. Phone is not required, but that's how you make changes to that. I'm going to leave this so I don't accidentally save anything. But that's how you make all the form changes. If you need to make a new form, you can title it, I don't know, information. You don't need to put a form description. Sometimes churches will use that, like I'll make a vacation Bible school form, so you could put in the information there, like sign up information or who to contact if you need. And here's just what this says. What if you want, like the name, like I said, you just put the name, phone, your email, and maybe, let's do an address. So this is just basic information field. Like I said, I already showed you how to change that. Address, if you don't need all of this, you just simply go here and say, I just need one address line. I don't need the country. And that's what that will look like from that point forward. Cancel this. So we don't make any changes. Again, just hit that update button if you do update it. And that's pretty much the basic on forms. We'll move on to pages. Here's all of your inside pages from your site. So let's just look quickly at church loans. So here's what this looks like. Here's the page. Let's go to the actual page here. So this is what it looks like on your side, on the site. And then here's what it looks like on the back side. So here's the video, and that's simply just inserted there. It's a YouTube link, and the text is just typed in. This is just with the underline. And this was inserted. That was, let's see. So that text that's underneath was right here under caption. So I just clicked edit, and that's where that is. So if you needed to make any changes to that photo or anything there. Here, this is a link. So how that was done was just hitting this button, and that's where, like, that PDF is on your media. This is the link to that I showed you earlier. You just copy it there. You can make any of these a link. So you wanted a link to this site. You go here and then type in their site. Let's see if we can find it. Get this URL, copy it, and you just put it right there if you needed to do that. And there it is. Now if they click on that, it's going to that other site. I'm not going to save this change because you probably don't want that on there, but just so you know. And then again, if I were to save it, I would hit update, And that would be all. And that's how you do, if you wanted to make a new page, that's how you make edits to page. If you want to make a new page, again, you just put your title, your page title, and your site's set up to have the page title already be there, so you don't need to make another title that says that. And then you add your media if you want. Like, okay, we want this photo there. We're going to type around it, so we want it to be on the right aligned. Type, 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 type. It's just pretty simple, user-friendly. Move this to trash because we don't want to do that. And again, just publish it there. You can also, if you want to make this page and you don't want it to go yet, you can just save it as a draft. That way you don't make any changes. You don't publish anything you're not ready to publish. Let's see what you guys have in your food gallery. This is just where your photos doesn't look like you guys use that, so we're actually just going to skip it. Here's your home page. So these were all probably there at one point on your home page, but now it's just a simple slider. So here's your slider, here's your video, and this is in the footer down here. So that's what these two are here. If you wanted to change your video, then you would just put a different video here for YouTube. Staff members, here you guys are there. If you need to make any changes to any of those, you just click on them. Change any of this here, phone number. That goes to another page for Doug's bio. That's a link. That's all you do. You add a new staff member the same way. Add the title, your name, position, bio, which needs to be a link to the page. So then you would just type in bio, and you would highlight it and hit this link again and put the URL there. The next thing we'll go through is under appearances. This is where your menus are. This is probably the most important thing for the menus. This is what your page looks like. So here's the main level, and then here's all the drop-down menu options. Church doesn't have any. You'll see that it doesn't have any. It's just there. So if you add a new page and you need to add anything, you just go, I know this is already on there, but we'll just say education scholarships, add to menu. It'll come to the bottom, and you can just drag it to wherever you need it. And if you want it to go under, you just drag it a little bit to the right. And that's all. Going to remove that. And again, you save the menu down here if you make any changes. If you need to make a link, so these, I thought I saw a link. Yeah, this is a link, but that's just to the home. If you wanted to link to another page of another website for some reason, like, I don't know, if you had a website you wanted to link to for a menu option, you just put the URL there and then say, I don't know, Baptist Faith and Message, maybe. Something like that. And then you'd put that there and it would link to the page for the Southern Baptist Convention. And again, save the menu here. Widgets. This is where like all of these items are, like your header and your footer. So what that's going to look like is here. Like, this is simple. This is just your logo. And this is the navigation menu. So that's why it's just your photo and the navigation menu. And the footer is the same way. Connect with the call. And then the navigation menu again for the bottom. Oh, this is for the social. So how they made that change was instead of using the home, they use a social. So that's going to link to all of your YouTube, Facebook, and mail. Footer 2, that's going to have the home nav again for the bottom. And each of these, if you made any changes inside of the footer 1, you save them individually. There's not a large save, so if you changed what this was looking like, you push save at the bottom. You need to be careful making changes here because sometimes these areas aren't currently formatted, and if you just throw something different in there, it might not look exactly how you want it to look. So if you have any issues with that, just let us know. Plugins, we've already talked about how to update those. If you're adding any users, you can go here. Whenever it loads, then you will add a new user. All right. So here's our admin account for yours, and here's Doug Morrow if you needed to add someone else, if you wanted to have a different, more generic, maybe just admin at Baptist Foundation, you just do add new, username, email, so that their notifications will go there. And then if you wanted to make any changes to a password, you hit the show password, and then you can change it, which don't do this, but you change it there, and then you can change this to admin, and then you add the new user, and that will make that the password instead of that wild one that they always give you, just a bunch of random letters and numbers, or you can keep that, copy and paste it, whatever's easier for you guys. Next we'll go through the slider, which is going to be the main thing for you guys to change. Probably it's going to be this part if you need any new slides or however you want to do that. Here is your slider 1, that's the home page, and this is full of slides that you used to have. So you can see like this was just, we don't show it anymore, and these have a green arrow because you can see them. So if you wanted to make a new slider, the best way to ensure that you're keeping the similar formatting, similar like text and font, is I like to just go to a slide and duplicate it. And so now we have 2 of these, and now you can make changes to this slide at the bottom, and it will stay with the same formatting as your other, so you don't have to worry about matching font or anything. What you need to do, change the background because you don't want them to be identical. That's up here, main background image. And if you have a new file that you want to upload, just upload file. You can drag it or select it from your computer. Media, let's just use this one. So there's the background, and now you want to change the text here. Visit a church. And then this is a link. So this, when you click this on your other, like this takes you somewhere. So whenever to link to another page, all you need to do, so you have that, this layer selected, and it's under actions. You click actions, it says click simple link. So you're just going to change this to whatever you need it to be, the new link URL. And if you want that, so you saw how that took me on the same page, it didn't open up a new page, I just went there and it's using the same page. If you want to open a new window, you can do new window, and now when you click that, it'll go to a new link. So again, that's just under actions and then link URL, and that's how you change that. You can move these around. You can, to make them in the middle, I like to just do, it's under style, just align center, align middle, and then I like to put this one under it somewhere, and then again align it center, and then that's just simply how it's put. If you want to add an image on top of this, we'll add this man. It's gonna make it really big, and so I just will play around here, do like 400, and that'll make it smaller, and then by that point you can drag it. You can see all the corners. You can put that wherever it needs to go, move these around beside it, anything like that. Just to delete this, you just delete layer, okay. If you want to change the color of this, so this is this yellow color, you do style, and you go to background, and that's the color that's selected. That's the color that all of these are, so it keeps it similar. But if you want a different color, you just choose blue. Now the background's blue. You can make it a lighter shade of blue. You can make it more see-through. It's however you want it to look, and then just push OK. And then whenever you're done with any of these slides, you've made the changes you want, you just hit Save Slide. And these have animations on them, but again, we have them all making the same, so unless you want to figure out how to animate your own to keep it all similar and all making sense, just do the duplicating, and that'll have this fading in as it does. And this looks like it's moving back here. That's a setting we already have. So that's just what it's doing. And I'm not going to save this because we don't want to keep this slide, but that is how you would make any changes. So actually I'm going to go here and delete that. So that slide was deleted. And I'll show you how to make these come back alive if you wanted to make changes to that slider without, like if you want this old slide to come back, let's see what it was. You just click on it, it'll come up at the bottom. So if you wanted to advertise this again, you just simply hit this green check and that will do it. Same with any of these that are a red, no sign, and same thing. You just put the green if you want it to come back. That pretty much is the basic for a slider. Here's your graduation one. So then that's linking to your scholarship page. And that's, again, you just click it, actions, click it, it should. It does link on your page, but that's just here again. And then Google Maps, we don't want to save any changes. I don't know that you guys have a map set up. Oh, yep, so here's where you are. And that's just the location. Here's your address. And that way they can find you on there. Yeah. So that's just if you had a map on there, you'd put it there, and then this short code, you're allowed to paste it onto your any pages that you need. That pretty much wraps it up for your page. The most important thing for you all will be this slide revolution. That's how you guys do a lot of your changes to your site, and that's the most important. The inside pages are here, forms, media. That pretty much wraps it up.